Schizophrenia is basically when there is 2 or 3 personalities that are active in my mind, in my head at once. When there is 2 or 3 personalities active in my head, in my mind at once. Their programming is, per definition of a personality, they are programmed as pin needles or match heads, whatever you call these personalities. They are programmed, these pin needles are programmed to fight each other out, to conquer each other, to be the top personality, to be the guy, to be the leading personality. These 2 or 3 personalities are designed to fight each other out, to battle each other out, to be leader, character, personality of me as my body, as my being. So, of course, when you have personalities or parts of personalities that are then fighting out within my mind, when they are fighting and bashing and having a war inside my head, it carries with it voices in the head. You will have voices in the head that are really nasty and bad to listen to. They are like horror, nightmares. You will have hallucinations, complicated, advanced hallucinations that you may attach to beliefs to. You might have lots of pain in your body. Everywhere in your body will be full of pain from all this disturbance of personalities as a construct that is supposed to be the authority in your mind, in your head. There is friction, there is noise, you are unable to speak clearly, you are babbling about, you may end up with lots of addictions and problems of physicality and hygiene. There is lots of problems and issues related as symptoms to schizophrenia as from that fundament, from that standing point of having 2 or 3 personalities that are fighting out, having a war in the head of being in charge of the body. So I have walked a process now for almost 5 years, walking my destiny I process to understand my own creation, to understand my schizophrenia, to be able to understand it and to see what made what within my mind, what caused what within my mind, body, beingness relationship. And by learning it and understanding it, forgiving it in great detail, self-forgiveness has been a utmost uber cool solution for my mind, for my voices, for my personalities, for my energies of mind and such. I would forgive the voices in detail, and I would trace. I would be able to be writing out in pen and paper. I'll be writing out and tracing the voice, the thought, the voice back to its origin, which is usually a memory, a energetic memory, like bubbling, a glowing, you might say, colorful memory that is like full of emotions, perhaps. And from this particular memory or trauma or drama, I would forgive all the energies, all the components, all the mind constructs within that specific memory. And I would forgive that memory till the energy is no more within me, till there is no more pain within that memory, till there's no more tripping wire that I trip over and having a conscious experience every day on looping and looping and looping and looping around, ending up in conscious experience. That is not how I want it to be, so I forgive it. So therefore I forgive it in great detail within myself. It is me forgiving myself, because as we know that help comes from within. I can have assistance, I can have support, I can have guidance, but the help comes from within self. We all know that, or we should know that. So, or we do know that from our own physicality. And that is where the strength really is, in the physicality. And to get out of the head, the mind thinking all the time, looping around energies, reacting all the time, and get into physicality, into breath, into reality, into integrity, transparency, self-forgiveness, responsibility, self-honesty. So, through working with self-forgiveness now for about 5 years, I have had immense changes in my life, as a physical life, as my mind relationship, particular mind relationship, connecting with my being, be able to be more stable, rooted, grounded in my body, be able to listen to my body, be able to understand more words, taking on new types of learning more things about concepts about this world, this existence, about creation, as how and why we are where we are in this world today, because things are not what they seem from the obvious, from what we are programmed to believe. So being able to learn something new, be able to learn self-forgiveness and learn self-responsibility, self-honesty. I have now a totally different life than I could ever imagine for some years ago. Changing from addictions of all sorts and all sorts of mind constructs that are bothersome, all sorts of emotions that will haunt me all the time, voices, as I said. All these things are now more or less, they are, if not, they are not all diminished as of yet. There are times when I have to go through moments of anxiety, for instance, or fears. It happens. It is one of my weaknesses that I'm working on improving every day through tracing the lead back to its origin, forgiving it, forgiving the pattern, forgiving the energy, stopping the energy slaving of mind, and so changing myself and understanding my schizophrenia in detail, how it is constructed, what it does to me, what it has done to me, what it's doing to me today, and to make sure that it doesn't hurt me, make sure that my schizophrenia isn't dangerous for me or anybody else, and to pick my schizophrenia apart as much as I can, literally, to live a life that is best for all. Because within what is best for all is also what is best for me. And that is the ultimate, or part of the ultimate goal, to have utopia, oneness and equality, a good life for all, because we can have a good life for all if we can start working our way through the mind. And the best tool to work with through the mind is self-forgiveness. I have been my own worst judge, I have been my own worst punisher. I must be my own best helper, my own best forgiver and healer. Change starts with self. Thank you.